And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Arnold. Name?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic.
That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God! And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when
try
it's time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something
All
funny
right,
and start laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? It is beautiful and sunny over here in Miami. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful one. Keeping it positive, keeping it classy. You see what I'm saying? Doing something positive with your day. You see what I'm saying? I hope you guys are all well out here. Today's show is going to be very, very short. We got 1 hour of content for you guys today. Unfortunately, your boy is a very busy man today. I got a very busy lineup for myself personally today. Trying to make some things happen, trying to make some moves out here while I'm out here in Miami. So, of course, we're going to jump into some serious conversations, some things that are going on in the world and all that stuff. As you see down below underneath the feed, there's a lot to talk about. I don't even know what to say about the second piece of the title. I don't know the second segment. That's all on David. I ain't saying nothing on that. He's taking full responsibility on that one right here. But be sure, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this show right here. That would really mean a lot. And of course, we got that join button. You know what I mean? Just go down there, hit that join button. It's only $4.99 a month, okay? That's less than your Netflix, okay? If you even use Netflix or your Amazon Prime, all right? Or Hulu or Paramount or Peacock or Disney Plus. I mean, there's so many streaming sites. It's less than that, and it helps fuel our show so we can give you your entertainment, your conversations, your pop culture, and your controversies for the day. Anyway, we got to jump into it, but before we get going, my brothers are in the house. T and David, what's going on, fellas?
Good morning, good morning. Happy to be here. Another beautiful day. Just ready to get through the show and then make sure that we provide good content to the fam as always.
As always, man. As always, man. David, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Not much going on here. Got all my chores done earlier in the day. Starting to get ready to go visit my mom in Wyoming over the weekend and Monday and Tuesday as well.
In Wyoming. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what's in Wyoming, but for some reason they're going to be there.
Kanye's in Wyoming.
Yeah, that might be why.
So there you go. At least you got that. You know what I'm saying? Tell Kanye I said sup.
I'll do that, man.
I'll be like,
keep an eye out.
You know what I'm saying? Ask him just what up, though. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what? Do me a favor. If you do see Kanye, just say, why? That's it. Nothing else. Just why? Pascal wants to ask you a question. He'd be, oh, yeah, what's up?
I'll just give him your number and tell him to call you.
Exactly, to answer that question. So, like I said, it's very simple. I don't ask for very much. I'm a simple man. Okay? Okay, David?
Yeah.
No? Maybe?
Yeah,
man,
no,
you guys are killing me today. Before the show even started, I was dropping jokes all day long. I don't know, maybe it's the hump day thing going on. Maybe the coffee hasn't kicked into them yet or something. but y'all struggling today.
You can't hear me laughing over this new microphone. I noticed no one can.
No.
We're still laughing. Well, occasionally you can hear me, but usually not.
Inside laugh, right?
Yeah.
It's a smile, and then it's just.
Right.
And it's like, are you laughing or you just smiling and shaking your head? But I'll take the smile. I'll take smiles all day long. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We need to get you a new headset with the microphone, David, so that we can hear that beautiful voice as clean as possible, right? So we need to make sure we get that taken care of for you. But anyway, of course, we got to jump into some of the news. All right, there's some stuff this is some weird stuff, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of trolls out here wanting to say some things about this particular situation because, of course, this happens. Of course, this happens to George Floyd's mural. Okay, now George Floyd's mural has been, I guess, allegedly struck by lightning. All right, allegedly. There are people trying to get down to the bottom of this to find out how this mural was destroyed. The thing is, T's got the story. What's good, man? What's going on? Was it a hate crime? Was it Mother Nature trying to do a hate crime on this? Like, what's going on, man? What's up? You're muted, brother.
According to the Newsweek article, George Floyd's mural was destroyed at the lightning strike. Witnesses report. A mural honoring the late George Floyd collapsed after being hit by lightning, according to witnesses. Photos show the mural in Toledo, Ohio, which was painted following Floyd's death last year, reduced to rubble. According to the local ABC affiliate WTVG, Toledo police says witnesses reported lightning had hit the building at approximately 4:30 p.m. local time on Tuesday. 13 ABC reported that its Doppler radar system, a device used in weather monitoring, detected a strike around the area at the time. A witness also told Toledo Fire and Rescue Department they had seen lightning hit the building before the collapse. According to WTOL-11, which reported that the department confirmed this caused the wall to fall. Pictures circulating on social media showed that police had subsequently cordoned off the area where the pile of bricks that formed the artwork remained. According to WTVG, the building's owner was already working on cleaning up the rubble and pulling down the remainder of the mural. A spokesperson from the city of Toledo told the broadcaster it will work on the plans for a new mural and that different locations that could house the artwork were being explored currently. While witnesses reported the lightning strike, there were questions over whether this was a direct cause of the collapse. A building inspector told Toledo Blade the collapse of the mural could have also been caused by natural deterioration. He added that the building inspectors thought the building was very old already. It was just age. It just came away, the inspector said. It happens to older buildings. The mural was painted by the artist David Ross on July 2020, following the memorial service of the one-year anniversary of Floyd's death.
Interesting, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna be real. We're gonna take a look at this ourselves because a part of me is like, okay, well, it just seems too convenient. It just seems too convenient to me. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. Now, this is from The Sun, okay? An article from The Sun. This is a still from their, this is their thumbnail for this particular video. I just want you to see the thumbnail, okay? Take a look at this thumbnail. So you see the before on the bottom, right? Underneath is the before. And this is after the alleged lightning strike. You tell me, fam, do you honestly think that this is, I'm sorry, how convenient it is? Like,
that's an accurate lightning strike right there, man. That hit right dead center.
Thank you, bullseye. Bullseye.
Wow, good hit.
I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at the situation. No, I'm laughing at the situation. I'm not laughing at the fact that the mural is down. I'm not happy about the mural being down, but you're telling me this is a lightning strike. A lightning strike. One lightning struck. Hit him straight dead in the face? In his mural? Where his face is? For real, though? For real? Come on, y'all.
Come on, Thor. What's going on, man? What's going on with that?
Thor had a problem.
What's going on, Thor?
Oh, God.
Jeez,
blonde hair,
man.
blue-eyed head. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. I'm playing. But here it is, y'all. Here it is. It seems too accurate. It seems
Boycott the Avengers, man. Come on, man.
it's just it's too convenient. David, what are your thoughts on this after now that you see the actual photo? Do you really think this is a lightning strike? Oh, wait, real quick before David says anything. Shut up, David. He hasn't even said anything. But the one thing I want to point out, I don't really see any burn marks. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like things would be lit on fire or something. I mean, there's a little bit of charring right here, but that's about it. What about the roof? You're telling me it just went straight for his face? Like, come on, y'all. That is
point out that.
Go ahead, David, please.
I was going to point out that bricks don't burn. And that's what those are made of. So you wouldn't expect burning in that location.
Not even a little bit of charring, like a little something? Little sputz? Nothing?
Maybe.
No trace of nothing?
I mean, you can obviously see a huge trace of something hit it. I mean, it could have been people, but I would not be surprised if it was lightning. Because I mean, like in normal circumstances, you would expect burning, but even in a house fire, a lot of the times the interior bricks don't burn at all. So it is possible, but I don't really know. One thing I will say in support of the idea, though, is that lightning strikes have been up 25%, and we're expecting to be up to 50% because of basically global warming. I mean, just this last year, I think 1,500 people were struck by lightning in India alone. So it is definitely a thing that's increasing. We should expect more as global warming goes. And we are also experiencing solar flares build up through the sun, which once it hits our ionosphere, it does tend to cause, or at least attribute to lightning storms. So we will be seeing more and more lightning strikes coming. And so that's why I think this is possible. But I mean, I'm saying it's possible. I don't know for sure that lightning hit it unless somebody actually saw that happen.
But I'm sorry, but right on George Floyd's face, like smack dab on his face. You know what I'm saying? It didn't hit a change of mind over here on the left of the photo. It didn't go over here on this man's face. It's directly on George Floyd's face.
I mean, it was even the Jewish space lasers or the Tasmanian devil hit it. Something directly right on point.
The Jewish space lasers. I'm done. Shout out to MTG. She probably gonna be like, yeah, those were those lasers. You know what I mean? Those were those lasers. But I'm sorry, guys. It's just a little far-fetched to me. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay? Now, I know that some people are going to be in here trying to say all kinds of crazy stuff and everything. I don't think that this is an act of God. I really don't think so. I really do think that there's something else going on. They chose a perfect time to mess this thing up. It just seems so strange that a lightning strike. Here's another thing. Think about this. I'm not like an expert of lightning, okay? I am not. So what I'm about to say is not calculated. It is just an assumption. It is a misguided opinion. Let's just say this. Can lightning do this, like this, to brick? I've seen it go into trees. I've seen trees light on fire, etc. You know what I mean? Shooting holes through wood, but through brick? Can lightning do this? I'm going to ask David because I have a feeling David's going to be like, well, actually, so what is this, David?
I mean,
Pop quiz, hot shot.
It definitely could be lightning. I mean, because usually once lightning starts, it doesn't come from the top like we see it. It really is there's an electrical force that comes out of the earth upward, and it connects with it. Pretty much the lightning we see is the instant that those electrical forces connect. So it is possible to blow this out, and it has happened to houses before. One thing I did find specifically about this possibly being a lightning strike, and I'm just reading this, I don't necessarily believe it's true, but this is what all the evidence I've found. So they're saying that Toledo police are saying that they've talked to witnesses, and the witnesses said it was destroyed by a lightning strike. 13 ABC's Doppler radar did record a lightning strike on that block at 4:30 p.m., which is when the strike happened. So unless the Doppler news is lying, it's very possible that it was a lightning strike. Also the witnesses, they don't release the names of the witnesses, and this is coming from the police, but the police said there were witnesses that said it was a lightning strike. I have not been able to independently find these witnesses confirming it themselves, so I'll just leave it at that. However, I would expect that the ABC's Doppler radar would be accurate on a lightning strike, and it would be recorded as well. So that part I think could be true. That part kind of makes me think this might be a lightning strike. Again, I'm not an expert on how lightning strikes work, but if you look at it from certain angles, you can see that it was pushed out, not inward. So the explosion came from behind it. That's why you see bricks on the ground there. And if you look close, well, I'll send you this picture so maybe you can show it to people.
Sure.
So you can see what I'm talking about.
Excuse me.
Okay, I just sent it over Twitter.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Continue, though. Continue.
All right. So from what I'm seeing, when you get a side view, you can see that the bricks were blown outward from the building. So something came, it looks like some force hit it from behind, but you see that the building itself is there. So that would allow the possibility for a lightning strike, especially if you look at the top right picture in the one I sent you. You can see where it's pushing out, and it does look like there's some internal charring right behind the area, but not on the bricks itself.
Interesting.
So it does look like it could be a lightning strike to me. At the same time, I'm not an expert. I do know how lightning works physically speaking, but I'm not an expert on how it interacts with buildings and stuff. So it could very well have been something else. But from what I'm seeing, it does seem feasible that it was a lightning strike.
I mean, it's crazy. If, like I said, I mean, it just seems a little far-fetched to me that this is a lightning strike. It's just so weird that it happened right there. You see what I'm saying? Like right there.
It's also,
it's so strange to me. I don't know. I mean, we're looking at the photos. We're looking at them, and we're checking it out for ourselves. It's just so interesting to me, though, how it all, the way it looks. Yes, there is a little bit of charring, like a little bit, like where his face was, literally. So, I mean, it could very well be that, but it just seems so far-fetched. You see what I'm saying, guys? It just seems so far-fetched to me, that suddenly it's just 110% God, Mother Nature just striking right at his, right in the middle of his forehead. You know what I mean? Just right on the face. Just seems a little, like I said, just a little far-fetched. Almost too on the nose. A little too on the nose, in my personal opinion. But, you see what I did there? But T, what are your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts? All jokes aside, what are your thoughts?
I mean, in a serious manner, it's of course his family is going to be upset. Those who rally behind him will be upset. Mm-hmm. But if it is a natural cause, nothing you can do about it but to rebuild it. But if this was something else that was done by humans, by man, then it's always tough for a family to accept that people are still pushing out hate towards someone who's deceased. So it's unfortunate, but this can be rebuilt. The family can pitch in if they need to, or BLM can pitch in. Whoever decides to pitch in to rebuild it can rebuild it in a better location. That's not an old building that's deteriorating or not really up to code.
Yeah, I mean, David, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not really sure. It does look like the force came from behind it, which suggests the lightning to me. But it's just as possible that there was a lightning strike near the area that possibly, did a little bit of damage. Somebody attacked the mural afterward. But it sounds like multiple people were around. And again, this is according to the police. I don't have any other sources verifying this. So this part is all from the police. But they said there were witnesses there and they spoke to multiple. So there should have been people that saw it. If we're assuming that police are accurate in telling the truth in this case, which isn't necessarily true, because police in Canada have been having a lot of the issues we've had with police in the U.S., just on a smaller scale. Mm-hmm. So we shouldn't necessarily always assume that they're telling the truth. But in this instance, I think I do favor the lightning strike scenario, and this just because of the damage, the way the damage looked. If somebody knew what they were doing, they could fake it, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like if someone was there taking it down, it would have had to been with a hammer by hand, and that would have been very loud and taken a very long time to do. So they would have needed to have the witnesses basically collaborating with them to hide the fact that it was attacked. Which, I mean, that's not beyond the realm of belief. I just don't think that's likely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, here it is. This is what I think about the situation. Obviously, it sucks. Obviously, it is a little sus, right? It's a little suspect, but I'll say this, though. Doesn't matter. If it hit smack dab right on his face, the mural or whatnot, they will rebuild brick by brick and repaint that mural. Doesn't matter, because here's the other thing. If it was God's trying to tell us something, then every single mural, every single George Floyd mural would have been struck by lightning at the same damn time. You see what I'm saying? Now, shout out to, real quick, shout out to, shoot, I just lost you. Rhonda, shout out to Rhonda, Fambro Pingleton said, I'm from Ohio, and lightning struck a big butter Jesus statue twice at the same church. Okay? So I'm looking at this story right now, and it's a giant 62-foot tall, iconic King of Kings Jesus statue, better known as the Big Butter Jesus and Touchdown Jesus. I'm sorry, was actually struck by lightning. Wow. Yeah, struck by lightning. No kidding.
I want to see that one.
Yeah, hold on, because I'm looking at it on this other screen. I gotta pull this up right quick so we can all see this for ourselves, because this is, shout out to Rhonda for the little this added story. Big Butter Jesus lightning. Boom. So, that's so crazy. Okay, so what I was just saying is this right here. Boom. Now you can see it in all of its glory, okay? Literally, glory. So, Jesus, Big Butter Jesus, okay? Like I said, a giant 62-foot tall, iconic King of Kings Jesus statue, known also not only as the Big Butter Jesus, but also as Touchdown Jesus, because you know how his hands are up in the air, okay? Was struck by lightning and struck by lightning. Do you see what happened there? Sorry. Was struck by lightning and destroyed during a thunderstorm, okay? And this happened in 2010, all right? This is the aftermath. By the way, this is what the Jesus, the Big Butter Jesus, was structured from. This is the actual structure of the Big Butter Jesus, struck by lightning. Okay, so if that is getting struck by lightning, and this mural gets struck by lightning, it ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I know all the trolls are going to be coming in saying all their crazy stuff, being like, oh, that's Mother Nature saying that, the universe ain't right. You know what I mean? Like I said, what's going to happen is the people of that city, of that town, of that area is going to rebuild that wall brick by brick, and they're going to repaint the mural exactly as it is. Why? Maybe do some added upgrades to the actual mural. Why? Because he's an important piece of our history. He's an important piece of what's been going on. He is a sign of things changing, period. As much as anybody else, I'm sure a lot of people on either sides of the fence that feel some type of way about George Floyd are probably, clapping and really excited about this news. But if it is a lightning strike, well, hey, they're going to rebuild. If it is a hate crime, if it was maliciously sought after to make this happen and make it look like it was, struck by lightning, no matter what, we will rebuild brick by brick, and we will repaint that mural, and it'll be better than it's ever been before. Anyway, we got to go into the next story, guys. Left turn for all your issues. Literally, left ass turn. Oh my Lord. See, the reason why I'm not telling this story is because David was really adamant about bringing up this story. That's all. Yeah. So libraries are apologizing. Okay. They're apologizing for hiring a rainbow dildo butt monkey. Okay, like I said, David really wanted to tell this story. So I'm going to give it to him. David, what's going on with this, man?
Yeah, I think this is pretty funny, but obviously some people are traumatized by it, unfortunately. But
no doubt.
But yeah. So basically, what happened, and this was in London, there was a library that hosted an event where actors come in. It's kind of like those the drag show reading or drag queen readings with children type thing. It's fairly equivalent to that within the London area, and one of those people that showed up was an actor who was described as by the event managers the rainbow dildo butt monkey. So Red Ridge Libraries hosted the Mandinga Arts Group at Red Ridge Library Summer Reading Challenge event on Saturday in East London. Video and photographs, which I've just put in Discord because we can't show them on YouTube. I don't think we'll probably get in trouble for showing on YouTube. So if you go to Discord, I did link to some of the images in there. However, the library thought this was fine because they let them in to read to children. So I'll describe this guy, I guess.
Yes.
For those who don't have Discord. So he's basically, his face is a little painted in red, but the rest of him is mostly just this furry rainbow-colored suit. The nipple area is cut out, so it looks like his real nipples are showing, where his penis would be. There's a dildo, and he has a plastic butt as well. So he was dancing around the areas with the dildo flopping, and this was in the library where he was there to work for the children. Obviously, a lot of people got upset. This was a reading thing for children, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that it was focused on children, but it is. So they brought in a performance by Carnival Arts Company, and this is what they got. So they released a statement afterwards saying that unfortunately one of the animal costumes was inappropriate, which we were not aware of at the time of booking. We deeply apologize for the offense caused. This is being looked into and a further statement will be made. This event was arranged by Vision and not Red Ridge Council. So pretty much everyone's trying to pass it off to somebody else as being their problem. But I will point out that he showed up like that and no one said anything until people spoke out about it afterward. So a lot of the apologizing we're seeing was coming from people that were perfectly okay. Some of them were present, saw him come in that way, and let him read to the children. And of course, he was dancing at a location nearby with, like I mentioned, his plastic member flapping around. And so the city's council ended up coming out and saying that all future performances are canceled at the library. And they go on to say that the contractor had commissioned characters to support the start of the summer reading challenge, but the costume in question was wholly inappropriate for its intended audience. A full and thorough investigation into how this incident happened has been launched, and stringent action will be taken. We sincerely apologize for the offense and distress that this has caused. So most of the complaints came from people in the area. Like I said, this is a considered, or was supposed to be something equivalent to the drag queen story hour that you see in places like New York City and Chicago. Um, I mean, I guess they just have different standards. I don't know why they decided for this to come in, because most of the other people seem to be like, I guess, fairy style or dressed as frogs or something else came up to the event. And this is the only one that was explicitly sexual, not just with the cutouts revealing his nipples, but obviously the plastic butt and member as well. Um, Teachers or people in the area are very angry about it, obviously. If you go through the Twitter thread that I linked to in Discord to show you the images, you can see some of the local responses from it. So for now, will not be happening again. And basically, the library apologized that it got through. But what really interests me is that it didn't just get through approval. This man actually did go to the library dressed as this and was allowed to be with the children alone. Well, I mean, in public, but unsupervised directly. And to me, it seems like the library and the city is only responding because people were very angry about it. When the people that were there, the library and people in control of this, did nothing to stop it at the time of the incident. In fact, it allowed them to dance and talk to the children and have a demonstration outside.
The thing that I don't get is that it was so easy for them to, like, it was fine, pretty much. He walked there was all this time to stop him from doing what he was doing. You see what I'm saying? It's like he was walking into the facility, he was walking to the event, etc. They could have stopped him. They could have been like, yo, wait, whoa, what do you do? What is this? What are you, who are you? You know what I'm saying? But they still let him go in and do his thing. Why was there hesitation? Why was there a delay up in this piece, man? The children, there's family here. And yet they let this guy come in with a rainbow dildo strapped around his waist. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. At all. T, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this, man?
This is something that should be more newsworthy, I would say. The media picks and chooses what to put out there as being front page news, but I don't know. It's when this involves children and kids and education. Mm-hmm. This is a total violation. Total violation. So nothing sexual. That's not consentful or with the intentions to teach like anatomy or science or reproduction shouldn't be around kids. I mean, it's definitely something that could be held up in court. Someone could actually probably sue for this because that's sexually explicit material or sexually explicit visuals that a parent probably legally could win due to the nature of it being what it is. This wasn't in a way that was educational. This wasn't in a way that was consentful, I believe. So this definitely not be something that should be allowed around children. The children are open to learning something that day, not to be open to any kind of trauma.
It just, to me, like I said, doesn't make any sense. Now hold on. Can we just go backwards a little bit? Can we just retract real quick? How the hell did they find this guy in the first place? Where were they? Were they on like Tinder or something? Like, where were they to find this particular guy? And how would they not know who he was or what he was going to show up as? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
All right, so they contracted Carnival Arts Company, that's its name, in Canada. And so they're the ones who actually sent the people out. The library itself did the booking and the planning. However, they were not the ones to choose the specific individuals that showed up. They just requested them. Unfortunately, the library has hidden most of its tweets about it now, so I can't read them anymore. They're all hidden. But so we do know that it was pretty much hired from the Carnival Arts Company, and they gave people a few animal costumes. But this is what strikes me as strange, because they're talking about this as going to the carnival to get animal costumes, but they also said beforehand, before this, that they wanted it to be similar to the drag queen story time. So they're saying something different now, whereas before it made it sound like they intentionally wanted it to kind of be about LGBTQ type things, since they mentioned the drag queen stuff. However, it was after the fact that they said it was supposed to just be about animals or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say for sure. The library, ultimately, I say, is responsible. They hired it, they allowed them in, and they were the ones that should be responsible for checking to make sure the carnival is providing appropriate people for the children. So they're trying to push it off on this carnival, but it's a carnival. They're not the ones that should be deciding who is interacting with children. That should be the job of the library and the people involved there. And so, yeah, I think it's their fault, and they're just kind of trying to push it off on other people. Yeah, so that's what I see there.
But then I don't mean to interrupt you. Hold on, real quick. Just pause for a second. I'm sorry, but run this by me real quick. You're okay. How about even the performer themselves? Because there's 3 guys there, right? There's 3 dudes in this particular photo that I've seen. They're walking into this facility, and they're dressed up as this. They're walking into a library. They know that they're walking into a library. They know that as soon as they see children running around, they should not be doing what they're doing. Does that make sense? Wouldn't they go, wait a second, guys, we need to abort this mission because, no, there's children here. This is not, I didn't sign up to do this in front of children. We're talking about children here. This is not, you see what I'm saying? So it's also on the performers too. Not only the carnival and also carnival, and it's not only on the library, but it's also on the performers as well. Doesn't matter. You walk in that place, you see children, you are dressed not appropriately at all whatsoever. You should be doing everything you can to be like, wait, there's children here. This will traumatize these children. They'll be like, what is he wearing? I don't understand what's going on. You see what I'm saying? If you're walking into a family event and this is your job to dress up as this, right? There's appropriate time, it's just not appropriate at all.
It's wrong, like you said. Yeah.
I think society is trying to push it in a different direction, to be honest. There's been a lot of articles released and a lot of videos released lately saying that basically children should be introduced to kink at a young age, like sexual kinks. Obviously, I would say most reasonable people think that's ridiculous, but this is a thing that's being pushed on the left, mostly on the further left, but you do see it in some of the more average people as well. So basically the idea is that children should be introduced to kinks so that they're able to know their sexuality before they reach puberty, is the idea. And so you see this at some parades, obviously not every parade, but some LGBTQ parades, you will see this, and it is an issue. I've noticed the more normal, I mean, like, people that just happen to be LGBTQ seem to not like this either. And so it's definitely like a minor movement within that movement. But you do see this at parades, and people are allowing this to happen out in public. So there was just a video about 2 to 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, where there was about a 5 to 8 year old girl, and she was surrounded by men in basically BDSM straps with dog masks on, acting like dogs in front of her. And this was like supposed to be one of the examples that you see in these articles now saying that kinks should be introduced to children. So this is a push from kind of the literal area of the left, I would say.
Oh, God.
And it's been going on for a long time, unfortunately.
But no, I'm sorry. I hope to God that the left is not trying to claim this kind of ridiculousness. I mean, here it is. There's a time and place for everything, and when children, you're talking about children getting introduced to this kind of stuff, that is ridiculous to me. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. It's disgusting.
Don't say sorry, man. You're right.
That's disgusting.
There's no way we as adults should be opening up our sexual deviancy to children.
Children. We're talking about children.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? This is children. I would hope that this is not something from the left.
I would hope it's way beyond common sense because you're right. The far left is pushing this agenda, and the fact is there's no more borders or boundaries or there's no more let's protect children from ourselves. It's hey, we're free. We want to do what we want to do. Let's expose them to everything. That's crazy. On either side, you can't expose kids to hate or things that are traumatic or sexual. That's crazy.
No, that's insane. There's a time and place for everything, and there's a time when you grow up enough and old enough to understand those things. You see what I'm saying? That's why they teach about procreation, etc. At a specific age when you start getting to a certain age. And I understand that some kids learn about intercourse earlier on, but they're not implementing certain narratives or certain agendas into by the way, how old were these kids? How old were these kids at this library event? How old were they?
It just said they were in grade school. I don't know
their
specific ages.
So we'll say like 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 6 to 9 years old 9-year-old kids. Okay, that are just kids that are still playing with GI Joes and I'm probably dating myself here. Micro Machines. That's really dating me. But you know what I'm saying. They're playing with dolls and cars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that they want to be astronauts and they're dreaming things up as children. They're not thinking about these things. They're not of that age yet. So when you got somebody coming in with that kind of garb and that dress and everything, I'm sorry. There's a time and place for everything, and there's a time of appropriateness, and sometimes there's a time to be inappropriate. But this is not the time to be inappropriate to these children. And you're putting this stuff into these kids' heads. I'm sorry. I am not with that at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about the rights of the LGBTQ plus community all day long. But every single last one of those people who decided to come out, decided and made a choice for themselves after learning about those things. I mean, some were put on, some of them were, traumatized. Some of them are survivors as well. But at the same time, a lot of them made the decision, realized that they were part of that community and came out. That was their choice. But they did it at a specific age, or they found out within themselves at a certain time. Not because some guy dressed up in a furry costume with a sexual sex toy strapped to his pelvis is flopping around in his face, and suddenly the kid's going, oh no, that's now I know I'm such and such. That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't. I'm not with it. It's a funny story, right off the bat, but then when you look into it and you really see what's going on, it's like, no, man, like, would you subject your own children to something like this? Real talk. Would you just go, oh, it's fine. It's just a guy running around with a sex toy. You know what I mean? Dressed up, ridiculous. This is totally fine for my kids. It's all right. Let's go. That doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't.
I mean, like even parents have etiquette in their own home about sexual things with their kids. Like the kids are at home, or the door is locked. Something you don't have things sexually explicitly around your kids. Whether it's homosexual or heterosexual, you don't have it. Period. So it's just the way you raise your kids matters. And unfortunately, they're already exposed to too much anyway because the internet. So imagine now in the library, in a setting that's deemed safe or educational, they should not be exposed to this kind of nonsense, period.
I 110% agree. I think the mistake here that went down is like this. The mistake happened with the library to begin with. They hired a thing. They didn't do their due diligence, do the research, find out exactly what kind of performers are going to be coming in, etc. Maybe the library did that on purpose. Maybe the person who was setting it up did it on purpose. Maybe it was a malicious thing. We don't know. But on top of that, first, it's the library. Second, it's the actual organization or the company that brought out those performers. Though they should have looked into it and said, oh, it's a library. Are we sure? They should have called in to do a follow-up to say, hey, you sure you want these performers? You're asking for these performers specifically. You sure? That should have happened. But if that didn't happen, it's also on the performers as well. The performers, as they're walking into this piece, realize, oh, wait, it's a library. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, they just go ahead and perform no matter what. That's on them too. So all of them, I'm catching cases on all of them right now. They all should not have done that, period. It was wrong and it's disgusting. On children. It's children, y'all. It's the children. That's so wrong. So if there was some hidden agenda that they were trying to implement on the children like that, somebody needs to sit down and have a conversation. That's it. If it was some nasty prank, then all I got to say is go with God, because that's just wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not with that. I'm not. These are children. You don't do that to kids like that. Nah. You want to anger me? Mess with kids. Mess with the kids in a messed up way. You want to catch a case for me, real talk. We're going to have words. I'm not with this story. At first it's funny, but then you hear the story and you're like, whoa, this is wrong, y'all. This story is very, very wrong. And that company should be sued. Whoever hired them from the library should be fired. And they should be talking to those performers. Those performers could have stopped, but they went ahead and did it anyway. That's the most disturbing part of it in my mind. They could have just said, no, guys, we can't do this. But they went ahead and did it anyway. That's a little jacked up, don't you think? Just saying. Anyway, moving on to the next story. I got this story. Now, this is something light and ridiculous, but very funny. Like I thought the rainbow butt monkey thing was going to be hilarious, and then it's like, whoop, nope, left turn. That is a left turn. But I got one for you. This one's pretty funny. Last story of the day. This has to do with we got a Karen sighting, okay? And don't worry, I got a big pop-up video here coming up very, very shortly, so be on the lookout for it, because I got another video of a Victoria's Secret Karen that is been trending so hard, right? It is epic, this situation. But there's another one. I like to say crocodile tears, okay? Crocodile tears that happen as of recently. You know, we had our Amy Cooper, you know, the Central Park Karen stuff, etc. But this one, I don't even know. Is this one real? Because this feels fake as hell, okay? But this is a real one, all right? This one's going around like the Amazon Karen, all right? And the title of this one is Karen took it to another level when she grabbed dude's Amazon package for suspicious activity. So we got to take a look at this video. It's short. It is very short. You'll see. Let's check it out.
This lady keeps stealing my mail.
Yes, I am actually. In fact, yes, taking this.
You're taking my property.
Well, you know, there's been a lot of comings and goings of UPS trucks in this neighborhood.
What about
a
that?
A lot of packages coming to this house particular. Well, something's going on in there. Something's going on in there.
So it's Amazon.
I'm taking the package.
It's my Amazon wish list.
I'm taking the package.
No, you're not taking my package. That's my stuff.
Excuse me.
Here we go.
Ow! Oh my God!
You killed me.
I did not kill you. You're
fine. Oh my God!
You sprayed me with whatever that stuff is.
I think she just had her own exorcist. She just had her own exorcism right here. And the Oscar goes to Miss Karen. Miss Amazon Karen. Oh, you like me. You really, really like me. Real talk. This really happened. I don't know if it's real. To me, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. But this literally just happened. Real talk. You got a woman. The package looked very, very light. Like it was probably a light bulb in that thing. I don't even know. Something very, very light. All right. Majority of the whole thing is packaging peanuts. Real talk. In the package. And she gets hit with it. And she goes down like she just got shot by a gun. David, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, you paused it perfectly. She's like doing a gymnast pose right at the end there. Like a really like dramatic. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's fake, but who knows? People are really dumb, so I could see someone acting like this.
People are really, really dumb, but at the same time, if this is real, holy mother of God, this is amazing. Amazing. But the thing is that she has the audacity, if this is real, like I said, if this is real, she has the audacity to go out of her way to go to that person's home, grab his package, hold off, grab the Amazon package, all right, and try to, I guess, go and open it up and look through his own stuff. Isn't that a felony? Isn't that against the law? To go through somebody's mail, to go through somebody's mailbox, etc. Ain't it? That's an open question. Ain't it? David? T? Anybody? Bueller?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know with the USPS it is, as far as I think that's illegal. I'm not sure about UPS though. Oh.
Yeah, it's a federal crime to intercept somebody's mail.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to open up somebody's mail or take it, you know what I'm saying? That is, no, that's against the law. She's straight up taking it because she thinks that, what is he, like pushing weight? You think that Amazon is just sending pounds and pounds of cocaine to him every single day? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does she even have the authority to do what she's doing? That is just insane. You know what I'm saying? You never know. He said it was on my Amazon wish list. You never know. He might be a cam boy. You never know. He might have his own OnlyFans with a wish list. And people send him watches and stuff like that. Because, you know, he'd be working on that OnlyFans. You don't know. You don't know. And yet this girl's going out of her way to do the investigative research, to look it up to see if this person is doing anything illegal in the house. You ain't Tom Hanks in The Burbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't got no dead bodies in the basement of his crib. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, y'all. But this is what I'm talking about, crocodile tears. They come out, something like this happens, and then suddenly, boom. Because either they know that they're getting recorded or something like this happens where they get hit with a very small and light box. So they literally pull out the orchestral music and try to play the world's saddest song for this sad moment. And one of the things is, if this is real, because we don't know if it is, right? But if it is real, because it seems so fake, but it seems so fake that it's real. Does that make sense? That if it is real, thank you, Jesus. Thanks to the sweet baby Jesus that guy pulled out his phone and started recording. Because now he has proof. Because if she went home and said, oh, I was attacked by this man and blah, 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 he would be like, no, I got all the evidence right here. What are you talking about? You were assaulted? Are you kidding me?
I mean, just from the looks of it, I kind of think this might be fake just by the way it was played out, but I don't know. But it is like the kind of behavior you would expect from a Karen. I mean, The one thing I've noticed is that pretty much every time there's a Karen and we see them in these like kind of breakouts, basically they always assume that all the laws and the government and like people involved are there to help them and exclusively them, as opposed to everyone else. And I think Karens do get people to agree with this sometimes, especially when they're like freaking out, like, oh no, just let everything go her way. She decided that the this country represents her and what she wants instead of, what it does. So that is one thing I've just seen with the Karens that is particularly annoying. They seem to kind of have this level of entitlement where they think that the country and the people are there for them, not like they're special. I mean, it is a form of narcissism, most likely, but um, yeah, I mean, so I could see this being a Karen. It's in line with their kind of entitled behavior, but just the performance did seem a little fake to me. I will say that.
Right, but at the same time, there's this other video that I'm going to be doing a big reaction to here very, very shortly, and you look at that, and that's real. You look at the Amy Cooper situation, the Central Park Karen, and you can't even believe your eyes on what you're seeing, what is being bestowed upon you in that video. But that's real too. There are so many videos of these quote unquote Karens that are being over the top, super dramatic, to the point where you're going, is this real? And then you later on find out it is. So for me, I'm like, this just seems so it just seems so, what's the word? It seems so fake that it's real. Does that make sense? T, what are your thoughts on this, man?
What year is it? I mean, it's
1954.
I don't know. I'm over it, man. It's been. I don't know. It was a growing fad, or people were just have their cameras on faster than usual, or people losing their minds post COVID. Well, it happened before COVID too, so I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely tiresome that you have to continue to be subjugated to harassment from random people about random things without any kind of evidence. It's annoying. People are crying wolf way too much, and someone's gonna get hurt eventually. It's gonna backfire. When a Karen gets hurt, it'll stop then for sure. It's similar to those pranks in the hood. Some random guy in the hood trying to prank somebody. When somebody's got killed doing that this year. So when the Karens get some backlash for real, then they'll stop, because it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Right. Mind your own damn business. And if he is doing some dirty, right, he'll get caught eventually. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be a superhero and trying to clean up your neighborhood when all this dude is probably doing is, streaming video games and getting gifts from people, with his wish list and stuff like that. He ain't breaking no laws. You're the one who's actually breaking the law. You know what I mean? You're the one who's actually breaking the laws. But that's the thing, because now that we have more and more cameras, phones, etc., now that the cell phone is our deadliest weapon, we are seeing videos like this pop out everywhere. I mean, shoot, there are Reddit forums named after this whole subject, right? You could literally do an entire YouTube channel based solely on public freakouts. That's literally a Reddit forum, okay? Public freakouts. You could literally do that forever, and you'd be doing just fine just posting these videos of these Kens and Karens losing, or Chads, or whatever they're calling the male versions, male Karens. But you have male Karens and Karens just losing their damn minds. So to me, it's like the more these come out, or the more that we are using our phones to protect ourselves, to use as evidence, the more we're going to see videos like this, no matter what. No matter what. I do personally, in my heart of hearts, I do believe that this is real. I do believe that it's real. I feel like because of the fakeness that we see all the time nowadays, that this is what happens. And the fact that, I don't know, it just seems so spur of the moment, her reaction, so overly improvised. To me, it seems like she ain't faking the funk. She's really trying to get this. She's trying to catch a case. She's trying to, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to get this dude arrested for whatever reason, you know? So that's just something I found extremely interesting. And like I said, there are TikTok videos, trends that are going around. And I'm going to be talking about this in my pop-up, but there are TikTok videos that are trending of girls acting like they're crying 1 second, and then 2 seconds later, they're smiling while tears going down their face. I'm not kidding. It is scary to think that that is something that is a TikTok trend, which, by the way, don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. But it's a TikTok trend. That these Karens are able to turn it on and off real quick. And we're going to see that in this pop-up video that I'm going to be showing in a little bit. But like I said, that's why it's so dangerous, and that's why it's so necessary even more now to make sure you have your phone out and you record everything, because you never know when the fake ish starts coming out, and then next thing you know, it's all hearsay. And that moment when you really needed that phone out, you know what I'm saying, is that moment when that footage could be the thing that vindicates you, that gets you out of the situation of getting slapped with a case or getting arrested, etc. By the way, speaking of which, I will be having some members from the Change Makers coming onto the show Friday morning. We're going to be talking about the whole. I did that whole video about the woman that was running after those kids in the playground. The arrest Tara Rowling situation. They're going to be on the show on Friday to talk exclusively about that whole movement, especially on why that woman was running after those kids with a knife, etc. So we're going to be doing a big conversation with them on Friday, talking about that whole situation. So I'm looking forward to having them on. We're going to be doing a real conversation about that situation. It's really messed up that whole thing even happened, and that woman has still not been arrested. No charges have been filed, and she has not been arrested for what she has done on those kids in the playground. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But anyway, guys, that is the show. I really do appreciate you guys coming on, chopping it up with me, having a good old time with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a fun show today.
Yeah, man. It was a fun and short show, but nonetheless, it was fun. What do you say, T?
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool. A little bit creepy with that story, but besides that,
yeah,
cool.
A lot of weirdness going on today. A lot of weirdness. We got lightning strikes. We got butt monkeys and over dramatic Oscar performances from Karens. That's nice little what's the word? Cornucopia of just randomness today. This was a wacky Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a wacky Wednesday, for sure. But anyway, guys, I want to say a big thank you to everybody for tuning in, doing what you do, being amazing and all that. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to do that. Also, please go and crush that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. That would really, really mean a lot. We work hard out here in these streets. Okay, and of course, hit that join button, $4.99. $4.99 helps fuel this show so we can keep giving you your stories of the day. So please definitely crush that join button and that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Have a blessed one. Do something positive today. Make somebody smile today. Okay. And be on the lookout for some pop-up videos. I'll be cranking those out here very, very shortly. You definitely don't want to miss this one, the Victoria's Secret Karen. It's amazing. It's amazingly bad, by the way. It's amazing and amazingly bad. Okay? But anyway, it's time to get going, guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
This is Michael with Wildlife Command Center. Let me tell you a little bit about Wildlife Command Center's extraordinary cash quest. There's $10,000 up for grabs. 12 of these boxes with $100 in each one are hidden around the St. Louis area. You find 10, you qualify for the $10,000 grand prize. You get to keep the $100. So, get out there and look and find the treasure in Wildlife Command Center's extraordinary cash quest.